This is Daniel, your Game Master and Master of Ceremony.
This is Tori, and I play Dooley.
This is Sorcerer, and I play Ty.
This is Becca, and I play Milgram.
And this is Odyssey, a Babylon 5 story. Welcome aboard.
Where am I? What is this? Is this back? Is this home? Ariadne, Craig, Steve? Is anybody there? It's you. Good. Now sit, quickly. Sit. I have many questions for you. First off, what is today's date? No, I'm not interested in the calendar. I need to know the date. I have been stuck in a time warp loop, a chronotonic anomaly for the past week or 10 years. It's hard to tell, and I need to know where I made it out. So it seems I have lost a week. Now I just have to figure out which week I have lost. This explains a lot of things and why I haven't been here to tell you the great tale of the Talmari Celestia. But I'm here now, and how long has that drink been open? Never mind. I'll get the fresh one. So you wanted to... Good. You sit while I drink, and I tell you more stories of the Talmari Celestia. It's a good way to keep my time in time, and none of this is going to make any sense in the long run. You know that, of course. Good. Now sit. I drink and we ramble. What can I say about the last time you were at the Talmari Celestia? All I have to say is, one, Milgram was working with Tuvo and the brains when something interesting was about to happen with Tuvo. But we all know why you'll come back. You want to know what happened during the security office when Ty and Dooley talking to Kali, who has now been informed that Ty is in fact Ty and was not Dr. Marine Spears due to body changing and things like that, and is actually throwing the gun on Ty, but that's for a different story. But they are trying to protect the Mimbari that brought them here. Unfortunately, the door opened, and there stood a deranged, slightly blue captain with a grenade. But why start there? Let's talk with Tuvo first. What do you think?
All right. So craziness abounds, as always. I appreciate that. I love that about you guys. So when last we, like I said, there is a GM fiat. In this particular case, I can't just give it to you as a button to press to say, okay, this is the fiat, because it is for, and I'll mention this as a little hint, it is character-based. Again, I'm just going to set that out there, because I will not tell you the entirety of this, because everything that happens in a game always has to be something of a gamble, and rather a gamble rather than a negotiation. So that depends on y'all. And
okay. So I guess whenever one of our characters turns to the camera and does the "oh no, Home Alone" face is when we're deciding to invoke the GM fiat.
Okay. If this was a series, this would be the writer going, and then this happened. But as a player, and since you guys can't make the face because none of us have a camera on, you can definitely go, that's it, I invoke fiat. I invoke it! So, and again, you could also talk to your other players saying, I wish to invoke. Is everyone okay with this? And knowing our players, one is probably going to say, okay. The other one's going to say, sure. And the third one is probably go, God damn, I need to know right now. Do it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, let's be real here. We know I'm going to be like, yeah, dog, pull that cord.
Let's see what kind of chaos this handle does. But yeah, so like I said, I'll leave it up to y'all. Again, so where we left off, you were dealing with the captain, Joan Sorenko, who had, as far as anyone can tell, gone insane from the little medication that she had gotten from Dr. Rule through Dr. Noreen Spears, aka Ty, because Rule does that sort of stuff. And so
I'm also willing to accept that racism made her crazy.
Sorry, what was that?
I'm also willing to accept that racism made her crazy, because I'm pretty sure it does that.
Oh, yes. Oh, well, yeah, let's not lie. Yes. In this case, let's just say the racism was evident in the TV show, and now in this case, you have to deal with it in a, essentially, I won't say super-powered, but highly regenerative, low, highly functional, low impulse control veteran of various wars.
So superpowered.
The superpower in this case, as far as you can tell, seems to be, again, as you notice with the drug, is very much an anti-aging reparative. It's more that she has not Wolverine level of regeneration, but you get the idea. Heals much faster.
So superpowers.
Okay, fair enough. Superpowers, whatever.
Like you keep like saying no, it's not superpowers. It's this thing that's exactly like superpowers, and I'm just like, okay.
I think of it as a matter of degrees. I don't see it as superpowers because I see superpowers as much more grandiose. But in this particular case, yeah, I guess superpowered is the case, but I see it as a matter of degrees because it's not the 4-color movie Deadpool Wolverine-esque level of healing factor. You know, or like Nebula from Guardians of the Galaxy, where you hear little twitches and bones cracking as they reset themselves. Yeah. So, like I said, we have the fiat in place. When last we left you guys, however, let's see. Mirgrat, you were dealing with a particular situation because y'all had decided that you tried to contact engineering to see if they could help getting Edlin's ship out. They said they could when they got attacked by the captain, who had been going through was essentially what they might call Jeffrey's tubes or engineering ducts for all sorts of stuff to avoid sensors and everything else. She is the captain. She knows her ship like the back of her hand.
Went very, very poorly.
Yes. So, however, it was decided that since you guys had Milgram, who was the original source of the holder of the Vorlon piece, that got everybody into this situation in the first place, in theory, that you guys were going to pull a Bugs Bunny and, you know, hold him under a box with a stick with a sign outside that said "Free Milgram," in the hopes that the captain would go under said box to kill said Milgram, and then you could, you know, pull out the stick and capture the box and capture them all.
Oh, it super worked, just a little too early.
Yeah.
Yep. But yes, so Tuvo was staying with Mirgrat when Tuvo at some point looked over, you know, after some conversation with Milgram when he left, again, was also working with the brains at the same time. Tuvo at one point looked over and said, librarian, I don't feel so good, and blood was shooting out his nose and he collapsed.
Yeah, that's generally a bad sign.
At the same time, yes, Dooley and Ty took Milgram to the security area in hopes of getting both weapons, protection, and again, it was the best place to set up the trap for the captain because the security area has the cells, which are designed to be very difficult to go in and out of without authorizations. So they figured since it's like one way in, one way out of the cells, you know, she'll have to come in this way so we can be ready for her. No problem. However, once explaining that to Kali, who at first was like, oh, you want to be now like regular member of the crew, considering your Julie is essentially a Secret Service agent of the crew? Yeah, sure. Here's your authorizations. Here's your sidearm. Here's the armor that you need that we usually use for riots and larger scale issues. To which she also looked over at Julie and said, you're about my size. Here. And basically gave one of the suits that was designed for Narns, which Narns can wear basically human stuff, but there's a little bit of shape difference. But however, Ty, who was known as Dr. Noreen Spears, to Kali, asked for assistance. They wanted to know why a doctor was involved. And at one point, Kali made a mention about Bugs Bunny, to which Ty had no clue about and just assumed, oh yes, that's one of the great human gods that we worship. And then Kali went, yeah, you have spent no time around humans, have you? Who are you? We know that people are brain jumped. Who's in your head? I want to know now. And thus, the story of Tai was spilled to Kali. Kali then basically allowed Tai to be Tai because Julie signed off on her. Basically said, look, I trust her. I know what's going on. Kali said, I trust you, Julie. I don't trust her. But if you trust her, I'll at least trust you that you know what to do with her. And which I know is a lot of pronouns in a small space, but you get the idea. Because I know that you know that I know that you know that I know that you know this. Basically, from there, you got Milgram in the cell. He kind of did some meditation, hoping to use some of his psychic abilities to try to find the captain and any other information he can glean, and everything else he might be able to know. Oh yes, and by the way, Tai was not given a firearm, but Tai was given a security baton, not unlike a, there's a term for it. I know it is a cobra baton, where you flick it out, it goes from a... So while we wait for Julie to come back, I guess we'll start with Mirgrat, because otherwise, got to keep the tension going. So, I have to grab my cards, because I've always got to grab my cards, because y'all are, scared central folks. All right. So, Mirgrat. So you just watched Tuvo, your greatest of assistants and interns, collapse with a bloody nose. Saying, essentially, librarian, I don't feel so good, and thud.
This is calamitous!
Sorry, say again?
The inside blood has become outside blood!
Sorry, can you say that again? We got Dooley back, so I heard a beat. So go ahead, say it again.
This is calamitous! Intern Tuvo's inside blood has become outside blood!
Indeed it has. So basically, yeah, he just collapsed. He's not responding to anything. The brains, on the other hand, just kind of turn to look at the situation as best as brains can in a jar. So what do you do?
I'm going to give him medical attention.
Right.
I'll roll medicine. This is my bailiwick.
This is your bag, indeed. Go ahead.
All right.
I will say for the record that suddenly coming back to the podcast with Mirgrat's voice in active mode is quite startling.
Oh, yes, I am sorry about that. 25, dog.
Oh,
Wow.
nice. All right.
Coming through for my favorite intern.
Got to do something, right?
So Ty's kid and Ty will be very mad if Mirrat lets him die.
I feel like mad is
So-
such a passive, calm word for what Ty will be.
Yeah, I mean,
Mirgrat will
yeah.
also be very upset. Tuvo is their favorite intern.
So, okay, with a 25, you realize that part of the leakage he has is, of course, his inside blood, but also it's not the right consistency for human tissue. And again, I know you have the alien empathy, which is good for this situation. So in this particular situation, though, you recognize the blood is not the right color. It's a little too yellowish, if that might be the right term. It's a little, it's spectruming into the wrong direction.
Oh shit, his liver's failing.
So give me another medicine check as you pull out scanners and do a few other things.
I mean, if me, Becca, can tell that his liver's failing, this is bad. 34!
It's
yeah,
the why that matters too.
This isn't the liver failing. Yeah, definitely as you bring out the things, go, okay, let's take a look at what's going on. His liver's fine. His duct functioning is fine. What this seems to be tinged with is neural tissue.
That's still bad. That's really fucking bad.
It's closer to synaptic fluid, but when you do the scan, especially with a 34, you realize why. His synapses were on overload. It's as if he just received a massive data dump from somewhere.
That's bad. Last time I did that, I got down to 4 HP.
So at least you know exactly what to do. And now again, the good news is that you as a telepath and you as a healer immediately kind of go, okay, let's do a quick scan, make sure he's okay, everything else like that. Give me a quick telepathy check.
Okay, let me check. Is 13, not so
13.
great.
Nope, not so great. But you can do a basic scan of, okay, what's going on. Now, yes, apparently from what you can tell from the thoughts coming out of him, there is a lot of data dump currently in action. To use network techniques rather than, mystical ideas, his firewall hasn't been breached so much as it had been let down, essentially, for whatever reason, and he's now receiving a vastly large file from an outside source from a different channel.
Yeah, that's bad.
Mm-hmm. Do you need a moment to ponder this for a bit?
I mean, I guess, is there any way that I can, interrupt the download?
Do you want, okay, this is going to be another telepathy check. Basically, you're doing closer to something like a deep scan to, if nothing else, if either interrupt the download or scan the download itself. Basically, you're kind of using him as a nexus point. Oh, what was your check?
Yeah, turns out I was only marginally better that time.
Oh. Yeah, okay, technically better because you made it past the 15 mark. Okay, I won't say in this case that you'll be able to interrupt, but you will be able to get little bits and pieces of the download. And what you're getting is a very fast education and information data dump, but you can only catch every 20th line. There are a few things that come to mind. One is the concept of a lore keeper and how that's for some reason exceedingly useful. You don't know why or how, or even what this lore keeper is about, but the concept of a lore keeper is essentially very valuable.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine it has to do with being able to get all this information without your brain melting, which so far is not going great for poor Tuvo.
Yeah, exactly. The other one is the concept of the model builder and how the model builder may be a safeguard. Again, what this means, you're not entirely sure. You do know, however, that the model builder, you get just enough of the frequency to know there is a planet with the model builder, whatever the hell that is, a number of jumps away. If you could get into a vessel that could do a jump, you could get there in probably 2 or 3 days.
Okay, as soon as I get this information, I'm gonna try to put it on a data crystal immediately so that it doesn't sieve out of my brain, and
okay.
Also because I want to make sure that, because this is information that can get us to a different system of planets, which I feel is important vis-a-vis not being stuck in this awful Vorlon space planet thing.
All right, so in this particular case, I have something for you, but I need you to make a will save.
Great. Mm-hmm. Give me a sec.
No problem.
Check. Will save it.
Okay, you're a telepath and a scientist. It's got to be kind of high.
I mean, it's my second highest, because, I'm a pak'ma'ra before all of those things, so 4 is my best.
But go ahead and try that reflex save. It's not going to happen. What do you got? 13. I'll allow. That's not bad. Basically, you have enough sense that when you're getting the will, you reach over at your remote controls of your recorder and just basically say, record. All you do is, and then as things come to you, you just repeat them. So all your recorder is doing is listening to you. You're basically holding a tape recorder up to you as you're getting visions and saying, this, and this happened, and then this, trying to record your dreams before they disappear. So you get interruptions of information, things that don't sound right, don't sound good, kind of like that rumbling car outside.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's okay. It's fine. Nothing to be sorry for. It's not you rumbling a car, but at the same time, you're trying to get this information in. One, again, just to record it so you don't have the same sort of issue you did with the bugs. You remember the bugs? Bugs.
I do remember the bugs.
We remember. Yep. Yep.
So this is only so much you can get, but it's a lot going into Tuvo. And as far as you can tell, give me one more telepathy check, just really quick.
Okay. 30!
30. Roll is a 19. Not bad. Okay. Here's where it's also helpful. You're realizing that Tuvo is taking the brunt of this, of all the stuff being sent to him. But he's not getting all of it. The brains, thanks to that, the dream, the sleep helper, the telepath Centauri brain, a lot of that's being distributed from Tuvo as a nexus point to the brains themselves. They're acting as external hard drives for some of the data that he cannot process or contain.
Oh my god, God bless these brains. Thank you, brains, for your valiant sacrifice for intern Tuvo. I would like to add my brain to this, like, sponge collective of folks just trying to keep intern Tuvo's full brain from melting. So I want to link up to their network.
Now, here's for you is not a will save in this regard. It is a fortitude save. Your brain is still healing from the incident from the bugs. With that direct download of the scream and everything else like that you can't remember everything of it, that almost killed you.
That's fine. For it's my best save. 20.
20. Okay. You can link yourself up, but again, you're still not getting much more than every 20th or 30th line. But
that's fine. I'm doing this so that I can contribute to the overflow drainage system so that we can keep intern Tuvo's brain from melting. This is not about information gathering. This is about preservation of my intern.
Gotcha. Interestingly enough, I had this bizarre, if this was cinematography, I would see everybody in that kind of collective, that hum of force or whatever they're using to simulate telepathy, to give a video, audio sensation of telepathy and use. And then when it stops, Mirgrat just falls to the ground and throws up, which, as an interesting note, as a writer, is beautiful because this is both a disgusting, I am exhausted and this also hurt me a lot to do that, but the concept that the pak'ma'ra keep knowledge in the stomach.
Yes.
So as knowledge comes up, so it comes out. And so that would be almost this bizarre little kind of moment for Mirgrat to go, oh man, we're in trouble.
Too much knowledge.
So
it's going to be Milgram's fault, isn't it? And Ty is going to regret trying not to let the captain fucking murder him.
So, okay. Now that we have the other two back, while that happened with with Mirgrat, Ty and Julie and Kali, as we last time, y'all had Milgram in a cell. Kali was in the office. And you were both were about to open the doors.
Milgram in a cell where he belongs.
That bastard! I'm sorry, I had this bizarre sense that if they do have not like force-fueled walls, but actual doors or, glass, the protected glass or plexiglass, whatever, that somebody had just spray painted the word bastard on the front of his cell.
Yeah, but they did it in pak'ma'ra, so like...
So unfortunately, with that case, the amount of suspects dwindles to a handful.
It could be anyone.
That's if people can write pak'ma'ra. It's just like talking it. It's
just
like challenging.
It's impossible.
That's your story, and you're sticking to it. So
damn fucking straight.
So as you guys were leaving to try to go find the captain was on the other side of the door, smiling and holding a grenade. So at this point, I'm going to need a reflex save from Ty and Dewey. Let's get started with a bang.
Oh, good
Try
grief.
not to fail. Let me see.
Man,
Oh,
that's
dear.
not- my reflex is not there. 0.
Oh, dear.
10.
Okay. Oh, God. So, yeah. Dewey, you essentially just lock up as you're like, let's go find this person who's a threat to everybody on this ship, and oh crap, there they are.
Julie has decided that if she doesn't move, the captain can't see.
Pretty much. I love those ones first off in the game.
Yeah. Or
I
that,
mean, sometimes your reaction is freeze. That's valid.
it's very true. Or, you know, if you prefer a line I wrote, which was, his brain decided that he was absolutely done with everything for today, and please don't bother it later on until it had time to process what had just happened.
Yeah, Julie's
So-
rainbow wheel is spinning.
Yes. However, Ty and, from what I can see, Kali made their saving throws. Ty, you made it just basically barely, but you're the one closest to the situation. So I give you one action. What do you do?
Jump behind the nearest solid object. Desk.
Okay.
Whatever.
So if that's the case, the biggest object you can dive behind in this case is the security desk itself, where Kali is. So because she also made her saving throw by a bunch, what essentially happens is when you see the grenade, your first instinct is, as you said, to find cover. You dive over the security desk, just leaping over it. But Kali is on the other side. She sees you coming. She saw the situation. She grabs your arm at the bicep area, pulls you down with her, so that basically she drags you from midair to the deck under the desk.
Badass.
You know, so in other words, if this is an explosive, both of you, in theory, should be fine, at least for the initial explosion. So, but yeah, with the great yell of grenade and yank down, boom, you know, it's one of those things of just beautiful cinematography as the captain lobs the grenade inside. So, this is where we get something interesting. All right, I know we've done this once.
Just for the record, I don't have a backup character. Thought I'd mention that before you kill me.
Like I said, the fiat still is in play. So, if everyone would be so kind and not paragraph, but Ty and Julie, would you roll initiative?
Sure.
I don't know how to do that.
No worries. So basically, initiative is to determine who goes first, and for you, it's normally, unless you have a feat like improved initiative.
Nope.
Okay?
Whoops.
It's on the bottom of the first page.
Yes. It's usually
Hang on. Oh,
the,
there it is. Okay, yeah, I got it.
probably just you plus your dexterity modifier. That's pretty much it.
Fine.
Okay. So we
Oh, I'm
have
betting on the wrong character.
All right. Oh my God. 9 and 4. Okay. Just a moment while I make my list.
Which makes sense because I'm busy trying not to bleed and really hurt and
That's fair. I mean, yeah.
Julie is having a bad day.
Okay, I had a bad day the moment I thought on the ship and it would be like my ticket home. And instead, it's just all crazy people and bugs and more crazy people.
Hey, the moment you got on the ship, you met Mirgarat. That's a good day.
I met Milgram before I got on the ship.
I was counting the shuttle, but all right.
Well, considering your character has a bit of the... Julie, let's not lie. Your character is kind of Jack from Titanic. You literally won your ticket in a gambling bet, and we're trying to, as you followed. So yeah, there's that.
Oh, yeah, I guess you were always destined to drown in the Atlantic.
Oh, gee, thanks. That's good.
So, all right. See here. Coming up first on the roster is the captain, who throws the grenade and then promptly runs through Dooley, kind of like jumping over Dooley more than anything else. So let me do a quick...
Yeah, because I'm on the ground trying to figure out where my brains went.
You were standing, so let me do this real quick. Plus...
Okay,
I'm standing
we can only
anymore.
have one person with their brain leaking out their ears at a time, and intern Tuvo has claimed that position currently.
Okay, you just made this rule up. It doesn't apply yet.
I think she's applying, for this to be a standard house rule, only one brain leakage a game.
I mean, this is just like, at this point, I'm guessing it's a wish list more than anything else.
Yep. You can't make up rules on the fly. They have to be decided upon beforehand.
And then, like, it's like at intersections where they're putting in a new stop sign. They have to have, like, a couple weeks ahead of time where they have the sign that says there's going to be a stop sign there.
Yep.
So, Julie, what is your defensive rating?
Am I flat-footed?
Yes, you are.
14.
14. Okay. So the captain essentially doesn't punch you so much as use both hands to shove you down. So basically, you're going to be, next round, you're going to be flat on your back, as she then basically uses that to leapfrog over you towards the cells.
Okay.
The cell doors have to be opened, which is the only reason why any of this is going to be weird. But she just leapfrogs over you and tries to go to the console to open the doors. Ty, you're under the desk, behind, crouched down with Kali. You have next action. What do you do?
I'm gonna start yelling at Kali to fucking shoot the captain who is right there.
Okay, well, Kali's... Okay, you just yell, shoot the captain! Shoot the captain!
Yeah, that's literally what I'm gonna do. I'm not cutting out from under the desk.
Exactly. No
This
problem.
is not my specialty.
She's actually the next person in line for action, so she takes her first action to get up, and she tries an attack, which I if I get it correctly. All right. So she draws her PPG and fires, and actually looks like she hits the captain for 12 points of damage. Not too shabby. The captain just sort of like gets it in the shoulder and it's like, ugh, but doesn't seem that affected. Julie, you're on your back. The captain has just leapfrogged over you to get to the console.
All right, important question. Did I manage to keep my weapon?
Give me a reflex save. Let's find out.
Okay.
18.
18.
Yes, I'm going to assume that you managed to keep hold of your weapon. You'll have to draw, bead, and fire. So you'll be doing that from upside down, but yeah, you can in theory do that.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot.
Okay.
And I don't think you have any negatives to prone. I think it's negatives to hit you, but not negatives to shoot, if I remember correctly.
In this case, it is because you're both upside down, aiming while you're on your back. So I'm going to give you a -2.
Okay.
So yeah, go ahead and give it a shot.
Not gonna hit it. Yeah.
Goes wide. Again, that when you're upside down, you've just been thrown on your back, so you're a little shaken up a little bit. So
Yep.
just being able to draw overhead and shoot is not the easiest thing in the world. So there's that. The captain. Oh yes. Should I mention? Where's the stats on that? It disappeared on me. Damn you. Here we go. So usually they say a round, which is how long it takes for everyone to do their actions, about 6 seconds. For those who don't know. In this particular case, 6 seconds is more than enough for the grenade to go off.
Oh no.
So here we go. There's a special stat on this, which is... Here we go. Okay, so what she eventually did was set off was a morph gas grenade.
Oh.
Which is, as they say, morph gas is a standard Earth Alliance response to major civil disturbances and is capable of rendering unconscious even the toughest human or alien. Security teams on riot duty are often armed with morph gas grenades in certain locations of the yada yada yada. Character wearing a breather mask or pressure suit is immune to effect of the morph gas. That's all it says. So I'm going to give everybody a very high fortitude save to see whether or not they essentially hold their breath and can still act.
I have a breather mask because if I recall correctly, I specifically asked for one.
Yeah, we
last
put.
episode.
Yeah, we
So-
put on masks because they were going to gas something. I forget.
But that was that first of all, was that Ty or Noreen Spears that had the breather mask?
No, like the last episode, like when they were giving me, like when Holly was giving me armor, I'm 95% sure I also asked for a breather mask because, yeah, I didn't. I'm
like, pretty
she
sure.
tried to give me like a weapon, and I was like, I don't want that. I did ask for a mask.
I think I have one. I know you put yours on. I have one. I don't think I put it on yet.
Yeah, well,
Because I remember commenting, oh yeah, I already have one.
because you have one, but again, breather masks are not something you can just walk around the station wearing.
Right.
I just got one because I have one too, but it would not obviously fit a human body, so I'm not carrying it.
Okay. So if I'm hearing this correctly, yes, Julie, you have a breather mask. Normally a little bulky, but I'm just kind of running with it. You have a breather mask, but you're not currently wearing it.
Correct.
You were issued a breather mask when
Put it on.
going through the armory. Is this correct?
Yes, like 4 minutes ago or whatever.
Okay. So you
Yeah.
haven't. So you're not wearing it yet. So if on your next round, both of you want to take a moment to, you're basically to use your action to put your masks on, that'll be fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So the captain is ignoring the morph gas, which is just shooting out of this grenade like a smoke grenade, but it is quickly filling up the room. Kali does not have a mask on her. So after the smoke grenade goes off, she starts running for the armory to try to get something. But again, she's going to need a fortitude save here. She's not looking good. If she got some, it's going to affect her for a while. So that's why I said, can I get a just for my head and for the notes?
Oh, yeah.
What's up?
No, you want fort save.
Fort save from everyone. Just again, the thing went off, so now you're holding your breath to get your mask on. Can I get that from both reels?
Oh dear.
Oh.
What is with my rolls today?
15.
Okay. So
Did you
Ty,
piss off Dice Maiden?
I
have you
don't
made
know.
your ritual sacrifices to Dice Maiden today?
I must have gotten something.
Okay, so here's where it gets fun. Julie, you're upside down, so when the morph gas goes off, you realize you have to essentially drop your pistol and to reach for your breather mask, but you also get a little bit of the inhale because essentially you're closer to the grenade going off because you're down on the ground where the grenade is. It's not like it's up above and you're waiting for smoke to go down. It's just down there at whoosh.
Okay, see now,
Hi.
I wouldn't call that fun. I'm just
So-
saying.
Ty, you managed to hold your breath the second you saw smoke, because again, at least for you, that's old hat from being a trucker. If you see smoke anywhere inside a ship, you hold your breath immediately because you have no idea what it is. Now, you did get your fortitude save, but your next round, you're going to be spending getting your mask on as soon as possible. All right? So,
That's what I'm going to do.
all right. So, so the captain's turn in this case is to keep punching away the keypad, but she's finding out that her code key here has been shut out. That's her action. Ty, your action is... What was that?
Security countermeasures are enforced, baby!
Yep. Thankfully, we did that.
So in this case, Ty reaches for the breather mask, jams it on her head, make sure it hits the button so it suctions itself to your face, and little canisters of oxygen start going through. It has an interesting smell, but that's all contained oxygen anyway. But otherwise, you're like, I can breathe and I'm not getting gassed. Good. Now, you can also detect that this is again a very thick gas. It's a smoke like anything else, so your vision is going to be a little hindered. But not a whole lot. It's just like being in dry ice. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. Kali also is again running for yes. So yeah, actually she got the same thing as you, 15. So she's holding her breath too, and is running for a map.
What? No, I didn't get the.
Sorry, that
Kali
was
got
Kali,
15.
not Julie.
Yeah, I got 5.
Yeah, Kali made the same.
Oh,
mistake.
Kali. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. It's okay. It's fine. It's Kali, Julie. There's a lot of similarities there. You guys have a family together?
I'm pretty sure that's an Arn race.
Sorry, I'm hearing the bit in Doctor Who. Are they like cactuses? That's cacti. That's racist. So I'm hearing like, are you guys related together? That's a stereotype. So, in this particular case, she's running for the armory to try to get some sort of protection on, because otherwise she knows she's down in like 2 rounds. So, okay. And then, Julie, you you make your saving throw. Give me a reflex save in this case to see whether or not you get your mask on in time.
Oh, well, there we go.
Nice.
20. Good. At least there, you're like, oh crap. You're starting to feel some of the oxygen go away, and you're going to be a little bit of a minus when you attack everything else like that, because you're getting hit with knockout gas. But at the same time, you managed to get the face mask on, so you could at least breathe enough, but you've managed to gulp down a couple of breaths of this stuff, so you're going to be a little out of it for a while. So we'll deal with that in a second. For lack of a term, consider all your dice rolls to be at a -4.
It's kind of not much point in shooting at that point.
There's always a critical hit. Just saying.
Oh no.
So,
Yeah,
actually,
I'm sure we're real excited to be relying on that with the way she's been rolling.
I roll triple ones. Okay, this PVG is just going to explode in my hands, right?
Maya's gonna have to shoot a gun, isn't she? God damn it.
Okay. I love the phrase, and this is another one for the bumper sticker lounge. Ty to the rescue! Oh God damn it!
I mean, at least it's not Mirror to the rescue. I have a -1 dex modifier.
I believe that's Mirra to the rescue. Pray for the best.
Yeah, I mean, especially since I've got one of those PPGs that does extra damage because it's pak'ma'ra made.
Yep. In that case, it's like a sawed-off shotgun, where you don't know if you'll be able to hit something, but if you do, it's going away.
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like we really do want to get past the Godzilla threshold before we start letting Mirgrat firing guns.
Where's the fun in that?
I don't know, where's the fun being accidentally spaced because Mirgrat punched a hole through the hull?
PPGs are designed to not go through hull.
Yeah.
That is specifically why they're designed.
I'm just saying, Mirgrat's bad enough at shooting that is a real possibility.
I won't say it's not, but that being said, so Julie, you're a minus. The captain keeps getting frustrated that her code isn't working, and actually at one point, just you can see her kind of, Mimbari, and starts rummaging through what is essentially a fanny pack that she has on her back that she's pulling stuff from. The only person who can actually see anything is Julie. So Julie, give me a notice check. You're still at the -4.
Okay. Notice is one of my better ones, so let me check what it is. Okay.
24. That's with the negative?
Yes, it's normally 12.
Nice. So you notice that she's the backpack she's got. It's not exactly a full backpack. Like I said, it's kind of like a lower backpack, like a fanny pack, except on steroids. But she pulls out what is essentially a form of plastic explosives. However, Babylon 5 would do that.
What would I know what they are?
There are some things that are universally recognized for drama purposes.
Okay.
Fair.
It's not quite. She's pulled out a circular, a black orb with a fuse on it with the word bomb on the side. but close enough. But basically, yeah, you could tell it's nothing else from, blasting caps on there and a few other details. This, what she's got is some sort of shape charge. Again, with that high notice, I'm just going to let you have it. But yeah, you're like, she pulls out essentially a shape charge, or, excuse me, allow me to get more Babylon 5-ish. And I think this is true for Babylon 5. She pulls out a sticky gun, which, again, like Firefly, I think, produces a explosive goo through a gun so you can etch into it. She immediately starts taking it out and spraying the door with it. So
okay.
Yep. But that was
of the cell, you mean?
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry, of the doorway to the cell. She's not in the cell yet. You're in the office outside. She's trying to get into the cell. Okay. So that's you. Ty, you've got your mask on. You're hiding under the desk. What do you do?
I guess look out to. I guess to see what Kali is doing. Just like glance around, like look, like over the top of it.
Stick just enough of your head out to see what's going on.
See what's going on.
All right, give me a notice check as well. You're at a -2 because of the environment, but go ahead.
Okay.
16. Okay. I'll also grant that you will see the captain rummaging around in her pack, pull out a sticky gun, and start spraying the door to the cells with it. And again, I'll give it to you too. Again, kind of universal. What she's using might be considered by Space Trucker is a breaching tool.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Which, again, you would recognize from people trying to breach into your stuff, as well as it's a great way to say, we have to unseal this to find out what we could scavenge, get the sticky gun.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she's spraying the sticky gun on the door. So that's, you get a, basically you just stick your head out to do that. Anything else you want to do in the 6 seconds that you have?
Can I, make a flying tackle or throw something to, try to prevent her from doing this, or is that, a second action technically? I don't know.
Technically, they usually have what they call move actions and attack actions. Now, you've done your move action, so you could attack. In this particular case, you could throw something if you had something to try to throw at her to get her attention. If you want to do a flying tackle from where you are, it's going to require an athletics check and an attack roll.
Let's think about how awesome it will look.
Won't it? The only thing I have on me is a war crimes journal. I don't think throwing that's really going to stop her, so alright. Here we go.
You also have your baton.
No, I didn't want the baton, remember? I don't have the baton.
Okay.
Alright, so what do you say? Acrobatics?
Acrobatics or athletics. Let's see, which ones are actually in this? Which is in this version of the game system. It is... Actually, acrobatics I'll need first, because that's you leaping over a desk.
Thank God. The other one is -2. 10.
Oh, okay. That's enough to get you over the desk, but you're going to be at your attack at -2, simply because it's not. You just got over the desk. You didn't do the flying huzzah leap over.
That
tackle.
sounds like Kai. So
yeah. Kai does not run into combat. So there you go.
Which one? Close combat or I guess. Okay.
Close combat. Yeah.
15.
15. Okay. So you actually hit with the wow, you got a pretty decent roll. Okay. So that would be, are you just basically trying to tackle her? So that's a
just like a tackle. Just knock her over or distract her at least.
Okay.
One or the other. It's really hard to keep welding something when someone is jumping on you.
Yeah, when they're messing around with you. Yeah, exactly.
You say this with the weary voice of experience.
Yep.
Can I get a hoorah? Sorry, I'm hearing in my head. You tried the tackle. You didn't quite get the attack there. So wait, hold on a second. No, your attack landed. So, but you tried to tackle. So that is a.
She missed the. What was the last roll? Was it your?
Missed?
Did you make
Acrobat.
your?
I completed the tackle.
Yeah. Well, no, you
jump
got
over
the
thing
attack.
that good.
Yeah. So you landed an attack. So essentially, you didn't so much tackle, so much as punch in this particular case. So you at least get damage for your punch. What is your strength?
Let me see. 6.
Are you
I have a
serious?
-2 modifier, so.
Oh
4.
God.
Ty is incredible. There's a reason Ty did not want any weapons.
Yeah.
She is incredibly physically weak.
Okie dokie then. All right. Where is the attack? So, all right. In that case, you're on a -2. So I think that's a 1d4 -2 for damage.
No.
All right.
Now the good news is she can't take minus damage. So,
Yeah.
Negative
bad
1.
news is that it makes you dead, but
There's a reason I went for the tackle, because anything else Ty was more likely to hurt herself than the person she actually wanted to attack.
fair enough.
I guess the distraction thing worked.
Yeah. So in this particular case, yeah, it's a little bit of distraction. You basically punch her for 1 point of damage. So, okay, you ever seen the old image of the 98-pound weakling nerd going up against the buff jock, and they do the hand flapping bit with the
yes.
I know what to try to do, because if you want to tackle, you still have to make a grapple check. Which again at a -2, I'm like, oh god. We'll deal with that later.
All right.
So yeah, it does say there is a minute. You cannot bring the damage below a result of 1. So a hit deals at least 1 point of damage. So there you go. Oh yeah. So yeah, and your strength bonus applies to the damage roll rather than 1.5 times the character's strength modifier. So you deal 1 point times -2. Yes. All right. So that being said, this is gonna be fun. All right. So that was Ty. Kali spends his time again getting the mask. Actually, rummages for a mask and puts it on. So that's done. Julie, you are still at a minus. You're still on your back. You had to drop your pistol to put the mask on. So what do you do?
Pick up the mask and put it on.
Well, that part you did.
Oh, I already did that. Okay.
Yeah.
Pick up the pistol.
Okay. So there's that. Oh boy. Okay.
Oh,
So
boy.
top of the round is the captain. Now the captain felt the love tap that Ty gave.
The gentle smack.
Here's where the panic should set in, Ty. Because you went for a tackle with a person holding a sticky gun of sprayed explosives,
Oh, dear.
who stops what she's doing for a second to reach down and let's get an attack roll. That is technically a ranged attack. All right. Actually, personal range. Got it. All right. 13. Just so I know, Ty's defensive value, that is your dex bonus plus your class bonus.
15.
15? Oh, you got so lucky. As for a moment, she turns the sprayer at you, and you basically weave your head out of the way as bits of
I mean, I am
explosive-
wearing armor and a mask, so, like, there is that.
True, but in this case, it was kind of a dodge because she sprayed a plastic explosive in your area, which missed you and landed on the floor. She rolled a 2, so just be, very thankful. Before she does the quick attack before trying to go back to the door and continue with her spray work. Ty, it's your go. What do you do?
I could hit her again, I guess.
You want to go for it? Go for it.
This is stupid, but alright.
The rallying cry of
All parts of me and all parts of Ty are like, this is the dumbest possible thing that could be happening right now. Am I still at a -2? Yes, I am.
Yes, you are.
1-7.
Okay, so that's a miss. That you go for a punch and just boom right past her.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yep. She continues doing what she's doing. Kali does a quick rummage for a firearm. You can hear this going on, and then she's starting to run back. Julie. Yeah, you just watched all that happen. By the way, give me a quick reflex save for quickness here. Just give me a quick reflex save.
All right. Oh, good grief.
Oh. Okay.
No.
Oh no, is right.
I really have horrible dice rolls today.
So this is the point where I have to say, yeah, remember that spray of explosives that Ty dodged?
Oh no.
Oh yes. So now I'm going to be generous here. It landed on your flak jacket.
Okay.
So basically, a big blob of plastic explosive just spurted out onto your jacket.
All right. So I get action.
What was that?
Was that?
I apologize. That was me.
You should give doctor about that.
I'm thinking my action needs to be to stand up and take off the jacket.
Okay. So that's
away.
your action. You basically roll up onto your front, kind of tear off the jacket, and scramble to your feet. And so the jacket's gonna be on the floor. You're gonna get up to your feet.
Can I just toss it?
That's gonna take an attack roll. Where are you tossing it to? I guess is the question.
Away from. Ty is still next to the captain, right?
Correct. Oh.
So away.
Okay.
I want it away from all of us.
Okay. I will do a random since you can't see what's going on where it's going. Okay. All right. That's you. The captain continues to spray, but again, she kind of finishes up a little bit, and she takes a step back. Basically, go ahead, Ty. You get an attack of opportunity, which means you get to try a punch or something else like that. So I know it's, shit. There is always a chance.
Can I try to grab the spray gun or whatever?
Yes, that is a grapple check. So essentially, roll same as an attack.
Okay.
For personal combat.
18.
18. Okay. So I'm going to double check here because I think that this is not as intensive about grapple checks as. Oh wait, here we are. So it's base attack plus strength modifier. So that still puts you down to a 14. Okay.
Now that's already in there because the
okay.
sheet subtracts it all. So the one is one I'm working with right now.
Good, no problem. Yes. A character prevents attack of opportunity from the target trying to grapple, which you are doing. The attack of opportunity deals character damage. Let's see. So 3 steps. One is the you basically grab, which is what you're doing now, as an attack of opportunity. So I'm gonna let you do that. If the character fails the target, fails to start grapple. If the character succeeds, which you did, let's go to step 3. Make an opposed grapple check. This is a free action. If the character succeeds, they have started to grapple and deals damage to the target as if with an unarmed strike. If the character loses, he fails to start the grapple check. So in this case, the grapple check is, I guess that is the base attack bonus plus strength modifier plus grapple size modifier, which you guys are both medium, so that's fine. So yeah, make another roll. In this case, it's opposed. So I have to do the same thing.
Okay.
Medium and miscellaneous modifiers that I can see. All right, just double checking. And right, cool. And you rolled a
18.
18. Okay, and that's with the minus. Survey says. Oh my God!
But meets beats.
I get it doesn't say if that's a success or fail because it's an opposed.
Do we do it again?
Yeah, let's do it again.
Oh God.
I know.
17. All right.
All right, still a chance. All right. Survey says 25.
That's
All
right.
right.
You tried, but here's what I'm going to do for you. Because of the meat in this case, you tried to grapple, so you weren't able to hold onto her hands or hold onto the sprayer, but you were able to distract her. so that her next round is basically to deal with you.
Yeah, I'm just trying to buy time at this point. Like, I don't know what Ty was going to do with the gun if she actually got it.
Fair enough. But basically, yeah, it's the good old-fashioned, you beat back. Oh, you know.
It's like when an indoor cat, like, actually catches a small animal. they bring it to you, and they're like, okay, I did the part that I know about, and I have no clue what happens next. Please help.
Yep.
Anyway, so Julie, you basically take the time to kind of get up. You throw your jacket away. Ty, you are able to distract the captain by trying to, grab the sprayer from her. Now she's a lot, I won't say she's okay. Yeah, she's a lot stronger.
A lot stronger. It's okay to say that. It's just true.
The math is there. She's a lot stronger, but she's also a decorated, officer. So, but at the same time, she's kind of focused. So while you're trying to get her away, it's kind of like playing keep away from, with the, no, this is my bottle. You can't have it. And if you ever watch siblings fight over a slice of pizza or a toy, it looks a lot like that. So yeah, so that's that action. Now that's going to keep her distracted for her next action. Kali is coming back. But she's also at a negative because, again, she's in the same way that Julie is, where, again, she had to do the fortitude to save to keep her breathing, but she had to run for a mask. So she's in a much worse state. And the whole room is filling with white smoke. So, all right. I will say this again, just as a reminder. Are you guys keeping this, or do you want to do the fiat?
This is going pretty well for Ty.
Okay.
I think we're still
All
okay.
things considered.
Okay.
I like how Dan's over here getting worried about this, and we're like, no, let's see where this goes. GM
So yeah, Kali will probably be able to, in a place to attack next round. Dooley, you're on your feet. You were able to chuck your flak jacket away. What do you do now?
Shoot.
All right. Now I have to say, do you have any shooting feats? Because Ty is in melee range.
Oh, is she? Okay. Let me see what
I think
feats
she
I have.
has armor.
Do you trust it? Do you?
I think she has armor.
I don't think so.
Oh, all right. So you realize there is a chance that when shooting into melee, you could hit the other person.
All right. If she's that close, I'm not going to shoot.
Okay.
I'm going to try the tackle too. Maybe two people tackling her will finally get the damn gun away and go from there. So, you want acrobatics and then a strength roll?
Well, her acrobatics was to get over the desk.
Oh, okay.
What you're essentially doing is a bull rush. You're not like leaping for a tackle. You're doing a traditional get the QB tackle.
Yeah. I'm just putting my shoulder down and running towards them.
Mm-hmm. Which, according to this, attacker moves into the target's 5-foot step. Moving this way provokes an attack of opportunity, which is true. Each of the foes that threaten the characters is the target, yada, yada, yada. All right, so target can choose to try to avoid or rebuff the bull attack, see below. All right, which again, in this case, makes an opposed dexterity check. So, first of all, I need you to make a bull rush, in this case. All right, yeah, so you attack. So let's do a dexterity check, which in this case is, and the attacker gets +2 if they are charging, which you do. So it's an attack, your dexterity plus d20 plus 2 versus my dexterity. I don't believe this adds to the target or anything else like that. Okay. So,
all right, let's see how bad the dice hate me still. Oh, 22.
There we
Not
go.
bad, not bad. So that's your dex plus 2. Survey says, okay. So you managed to land the attack. Successful bull rush. If the attacker beats target's dexterity or strength check, which is whatever. Oh, that's for one is for avoiding, the other is for rebuffing. Right.
Okay.
Yeah, be thankful she went for the avoiding rather than the rebuff.
Yes.
Because I'm assuming, what's your strength?
I have a -1.
All right, so the attacker beats the target's dex strength check. The attacker pushes the target back for 5 feet, which would put her into the door itself. Attacker can push the target back for additional 5 feet for every 5 points for which the character succeeds the target check. You beat by 7 points, so it's hard to go back further than the wall, but there you go. The attacker cannot, however, exceed normal movement. Both the attacker and the target must make a reflex save to avoid falling prone at the end of the movement. So I need a reflex save from you.
Okay. And does this still have the +2?
No, this does not.
Ah, there's the dice we know and love.
Okay, well, let's see how this goes on the other end.
Yeah, the blinds are closed, dummy. 1 second.
Is that your cat?
The
I was about
cat's
to say,
here.
that's a hell of a response for a dice check.
I think I can reach you without taking my headphones off.
Okay, go for it. All right,
There
so
you go, shivering.
you did actually hit. You actually attacked. And so yeah, it was a successful bull rush. You were able to put her against the door, but you unfortunately were not able to keep your feet during the rush, and she was. So you're
Okay.
technically prone, but she's been put into the door. Technically, she gets damage. I just don't know how much. So yeah, that's fine.
You seem to be spending most of this combat falling down.
That feels accurate.
Well, at least you can do an attack, unlike Ty, who is unbelievably weak.
Well, here's the good news: is both of you are in the same melee range with the captain. So just saying.
Okay, melee range is not where I wanted to be, so I'm not sure that's actually good news.
Yeah. I mean,
All
that
right.
melee range with the captain basically means the captain can swing at both of them if she wants.
Yeah, Ty is unarmed because she did not think she would actually have to fight ever.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Well, let's put it this way. This is recording 26. And Ty has, I think, once had to make an attack. Once before. So, I was excited when Paul joined us and drew his pistol. We're like, oh, wow, our first actual combat round.
Yeah, that didn't last.
Yep, that didn't last. So anyway, so the captain was distracted this round. You managed to do that from last term, even with the bull rush. So I'm going to let that stand. But next round, she'll be able to act as normal. Ty, your go. What are you going to do?
So, Dooley is... But no, she's...
Essentially, she's at your feet.
Great. I am going to try to wrestle for the gun again.
Grapple. So it is going to be your base attack plus strength modifier plus no grapple size modifier. So yeah, base attack plus strength.
So 1.
Okay, so yours, and this is going to be a opposed
3.
grapple check. You rolled a 3? Okay. Again, I'm just doing the opposed on the same type too. So in this case, it's going to be more than likely.
Much higher than that. Yeah.
Although you both rolled the same same roll, she's just she's a trained fighter as a captain, so she's able to easily move out of that, no problem. So that was Ty. Kali immediately tries to shout. Again, there's a lot of fog between them. She's like, "Looking for a target! Looking for a target!" Julie, you're again face down, but what do you do?
Well, first I stand up.
Okay, so that's going to be your move action.
Am I holding a pistol or a rifle or what am I using?
No, remember you dropped your pistol to get your mask on.
No, I said I picked it back up because I was
Yeah.
going to shoot into combat, but I decided not to shoot into combat.
It's a pistol. It's a sidearm. It's a pistol.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to try the bull rush thing again.
Okay,
Maybe
you're trying-
I can get her out of the way and I'm trying to position it so I knock her into like a wall or something and do damage.
Which
I
is
don't know if that's
basically what you did
possible.
last time. I couldn't just find the damage rating for that, so I would assume it's basically whatever your strength modifier is. But yeah, she's against the wall right now, so you couldn't like bull rush her again because there's no place for her to go.
Okay.
Yeah, at that point, I think you're just your body slamming her.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Which I am in favor of in case that did not come across.
Well, except that without knowing it'll do any damage, it doesn't do any good. Okay.
Yeah, but in my brain, it looks boss as hell.
I'm gonna try like a legit grapple check. She still has the gun, right?
She still has the spray gun on her. Yes. You gonna do a grapple check?
I'll try a grapple check and knock that out. What am
Okay.
I?
That is going to be your
Strength.
base attack plus your strength modifier versus her.
Base. Yeah, that's gonna suck. Base attack. Okay, so my close combat attack already has the strength modifier figured in.
Yeah, that's fine. Just do that.
Okay.
You're terrible at this.
Oh, no.
I am horrible at this.
God damn.
All right.
What
So-
dice gods did I piss off? Wow.
Okay, so she gets.
Oh shit, maybe this is the revenge of Craig.
Could be.
Threat wielder made with -4 penalty to attack rolls. That's fine. So, neither one of you guys are flash-footed, which is fine. All right. So technically, you guys get an attack of opportunity. So I'm going to need just a personal attack roll from both Ty and Julie.
Fine.
9. Okay. Not going to do it. Go ahead.
Working on it. Yeah.
Yeah. Nope.
I think
looking
I'm
at the math
becoming
for
a
this.
statistical anomaly.
I'm looking at the DB and I'm looking. Hey, wait a minute. I think there's a stat missing. Okay, I'll deal with that later. All right. But yeah. So yeah. you
No,
guys-
I mean, I'm a statistical anomaly. You're cursed.
Thank you
Bumper
for your
sticker
vote
number
of
2.
confidence.
God, we're gonna have so many buttons and bumper stickers by the time it's done. Anyway, so yeah, so in this case, here comes the attack roll. So let's do this. High is going to be Ty, low is Julie. Which one gets first? That's gonna be Julie first.
God damn it.
That's gonna hit, and then for I can already tell. What's your
Okay,
DB?
you know, that hits the alien in the interdimensional space, so...
By the way, what is your DB? Defense value?
It is 16.
Okay. Did you add a 10 in there somewhere? Because I could have sworn that, like, I'm looking at mine going, hey, wait a minute, that's kind of wrong. Yeah.
Well, DV starts out with a plus 10, and then
That's
you
right.
add...
Yeah. Okay, I missed that on the math, so yeah, that's fine. So you're 16, but that still hits. And Ty, what is yours?
15.
15? Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Oh! We have a 1! We have a 1! Let's see what we get.
I is very hard to kill despite being fucking bad at this.
Okay, so it was not a critical fumble, but it was a miss. So, in this case, who wants to guess what happened now?
She fell, dropped the gun, something. Let's have something nicely horrible happen to her.
Oh, well, the second one would not have hit. Actually, no, I forgot the -4, but that's okay. So, essentially, yes. What happened is that she had a weapon on her, and you guys were being a problem with her, so she decided to use it. So, Julie is now sprayed with explosives, and Ty missed. I mean, she missed Ty, but in the process, because she rolled a 1, and I realized it didn't quite hit the second time. So what happened is that just for drama's sake, she used the spray gun. She sprays it at Julie, makes a hit, sprays it at Ty, and clicks. So it's the. So in utter terror, Ty looks at the barrel of the sticky gun, and when the trigger is pulled, nothing comes out except, pressurized air. And you gotta realize how close you were to oblivion.
Oh, that's
Hey, I'm still standing.
Hell yeah.
It's part of Ty's normal life these days.
All right, so Ty, you're up. What are you doing?
Fucking surviving.
I mean, I am still alive, mysteriously. I am going to run away.
Okay. So technically, that's what they usually call taking a 5-foot step to exit combat. And then where are you running to?
I'm gonna go back towards the. I'm gonna run to the armory. Towards the armory.
Okay, towards where Kali is. Fine. No problem.
Yes.
So you rush Kali. Kali has taken a kind of a sniper's position. She's kind of taking a knee a little bit, bracing the rifle against her arm, waiting for a clean shot, which is doubly important because of the sprayer in the captain's hands. She kind of sees you coming and kind of waves you behind her. Just kind of does the whole get behind me, get behind me.
Yeah, that's what I'm obviously going to do.
Exactly. Dooley, you've just gotten sprayed with explosive. The captain is right there. What do you do?
Well, obviously, this rushing at her and trying to disarm her isn't working.
I mean, it did.
Is this
sort of?
Is this explosive stuff on me like, the equivalent of foam, or is it hardening, or what is it?
It's a kind of a foam sticky substance. It's a
Clay?
goo.
I don't understand what.
Sorry?
Like caulk, like caulk that you put into sidewalks that like raises it and then hardens as it hardens. Yeah, like that.
Okay.
No worries.
So
Yeah.
I
Your action.
think about
Go
this substance. Is it foam? Is it clay? Is it what is on me?
Okay, essentially it's like a foam. Now, what Ty said, what Sorcerer said actually makes a lot of sense. It's kind of like caulk that expands when you put it into the sidewalk.
Okay.
So that's basically kind of the consistency of the stuff. It's sticky, it's gooey, not unlike caulk. It's not a glue per se, but you get
It's like that spray insulation foam.
Yeah.
kinda.
All right. So here's what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I want to basically take my hand, run it the length of this goop on me, get a big handful,
Okay.
and fling it in the captain's face.
Hell
Okay.
yeah!
Mm-hmm.
I will say this: you just for understanding, you can get some of it off you, but you cannot get all of it off you.
I'm not trying to get all of it off of me.
Okay.
The purpose is not to get it off of me. The purpose is to get it on the captain, specifically on her face.
Okay. So this is actually, I'm at the page for that, throwing weapons in close combat. So in this particular case, I'm still going to need you to make an attack roll. It's going to be a ranged attack roll.
Okay.
Let's see, I'm checking here. Technically, for firing pistols in close combat, it's at a -4. In this case, yes, you are still at a -4 penalty to their attack due to the extreme close proximity to the target. Unless that target is flat-footed, which they are not.
All right. Oh my god.
Okay, nice idea.
I
But
really think these rolls can get much worse, but they can somehow, I imagine.
So I have a friend who knows someone who could legit perform an exorcism if we need it.
Trust me, we got all sorts of ways to deal with that. But yes, I would recommend right now black salt and sunlight. In this particular case, with the roll of a 4, you kind of do the like a monkey trying to fling its crap at a person. You like gather up some of the stuff and you flick it, and easily she just, it doesn't even get close. You're not used to throwing something this consistency. It just slaps against what you throw, slaps against the door behind her, and you kind of like the, well, that didn't work. This would be a physical sign in the show of the, you throw like a Pokemon master. I choose you. Fling!
Yep.
I'm picturing her making the same noise that Sideshow Bob makes after he steps on a rake.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah. I get you. Thank you, Kelsey Grimmett, for that noise. All right. So the captain.
So do I get a move action still too?
Nope. You use your attack action first.
Okay. I forget how the rules go in this one, but yeah. Okay.
In this particular case, usually it's move then attack, but
Okay.
Cool. But use your attack. And so the captain technically dives out of the way. So go ahead and you're allowed to make an attack of opportunity as she leaves your field. Go ahead and make that.
I imagine it's going to be not ranged.
No, it's going to be basically you have a chance to punch.
Yeah, because that always goes so well.
Okay.
And
again.
it went well again.
Hey, see, thankfully it wasn't.
And Polly's sitting over there going, I made this idiot a lieutenant.
I gave this person a gun.
Hey, it could be funnier. If you had rolled a 1, I literally would have had your hand swing by her and hit the door and get stuck to it.
Oh my god.
Because A, that's how you do a 1, and B, it would just be funnier and more
Yes.
Since that didn't happen, I think we can safely conclude that Dice Maiden has it out for all of us.
The surface, it looks like Ty is better at fighting than Kali, which is embarrassing.
Truly.
Duly.
Good. So also, Kali actually takes a shot of opportunity because she was waiting for a shot. So let's do that real quick. It also misses. Thankfully not setting off the explosives, but the captain dives past you towards the door. And so that was captain's move. She dives back to the door, and the door is preparing to open because, again, motion sensor. Ty, what are you doing?
I'm gonna start yelling at Khalid and pointing to shoot in the direction of the door, forgetting that Louis is there because that's the kind of thing Ty would do in a panic.
Okay.
Honestly.
As you play rangefinder, right there! Which is a lot like somebody standing over you doing a cabinet game going, oh, get that one! So,
okay, those people deserve to be punched while covered in explosives.
So, oh my god. So yes, she actually attempts to shoot captain and misses. The captain is just kind of dodging as she's taking, this is a trained soldier with a rifle just trying to get aim and just not hitting. Barely
and also
missing.
she's been injected with super serum. Let us please remember that.
That is true.
Like, before we start feeling down on ourselves, we're fighting Captain America here.
Fair enough.
I'm just glad Ty's still alive, so let's be real.
I'm glad
My
that
only
Mira
expectation
decided
here
to
is
stay
she is
home
not
for this
dead.
field trip.
Sorry, I heard that Ty is excited she's not dead, and Mirgrad's excited she stayed home.
Yeah, I mean, this is not... I feel like I am not being overly pessimistic when I say I don't think this is an encounter that Mirgrat would have survived.
All right, so you do that. Kali attacks Mrs. Julie. What do you do? You've got, what are you doing?
Well, I guess I'm not sure what my options are. Isn't she going through a door?
She's trying to go through the way out, yes.
All right. One more bull rush.
All right. You're going to try that. So you're basically using your full attack motion.
Yeah, +4 last time.
And don't forget your minus because you still have a little bit of that gas going through you. That was a -2, I believe. No, whatever, yeah. So in this case, again, bull rush. It's going back to the right page again because I have to do that sort of thing. Yeah. Here we go. Yes, take 5 foot steps.
Oh my god.
Oh! Okay.
And Julie does a bull rush, smacks into the door frame, and knocks herself unconscious. Because that's just the way this would go. Oh my god.
Actually, no. What I'm going to do is now that you go knock yourself unconscious, you try to do the bull rush, and you end up slipping on the crap on the floor.
Oh god.
So, I'm not going to put you in full prone or anything like that, but basically you're just like, closer to the superhero pose or the Terminator just came through the wormhole pose. One knee down, one knee up, both hands down. And so, you look at that, when it's the captain's turn, I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to pause for y'all's ideas for a second, because what you see is the captain holding the sticky gun, flicking the detonator top, and thumb over the trigger.
All right, so for my next character,
I gotta say, slapstick becomes very high stakes when you replace all of the banana peels with high explosives.
yes.
Oh, yes. Ty, give me a quick notice check.
Sure, why not? Am I still at the -2 or whatever?
Yes, because you're still in a kind of
Yeah.
in a fog, literally in a fog.
Oh.
Okay, I'll give it to you with a 12.
Okay.
So basically, that's when you're doing the whole get her right there. You notice to your left, just on the other side of the desk, which is basically where you guys are, is the flak jacket with the explosives on it that Dooley tossed over the desk for someplace away.
That's what you want me to do, so let's do it. I'm gonna grab this motherfucking thing and throw it.
You're gonna try to throw it?
At the captain.
Okay. Well, okay. It's still the captain's turn. I just want to let you know what's going on here, as again of what the situation is at hand.
In other words, you have just as much
do.
explosives sitting next to you on that jacket as I am wearing on my clothes.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a Full Metal Jacket joke here somewhere, but I haven't seen the movie, so I can't quite get there.
No. Is Full Metal
Not-
Jacket refers to bullets, not...
Uh-huh.
Explosives.
Yeah.
Oh well,
You tried.
And it's
All
also
right.
not this comedic.
I didn't
That's for
try
sure.
very hard.
That's okay. So I'm looking up damage either way, just to figure this out. Wow. Let's grenade damage. Oh, here it is. Cool.
Maybe. We wouldn't think it's cool, but okay, you can go with that.
Again, I don't see any place for high explosives. All I see is the grenade, so I've just got to run with it.
I mean, let's just all be grateful we're not playing Shadowrun, where we'd have to spend the next 20 minutes plotting out scatter damage.
Yeah.
There's
Or if you prefer, what is that? Hackmaster, a role-playing game that comes with text, with anatomy text.
No, thank you. That's too much.
Most places have like a D20 for critical attacks. Like they're like, okay, it hits your hand, it hits your chest, it hits your leg. Hackmaster comes with a D10,000.
I'm sure that's impossible.
Well, you roll 3 die 10s and add them. So there you go. Or not add them.
No, I don't like that.
Yeah. Sorry, excuse me. It's 4 die 10s, and you have your 10s, your 1s, your 10s, your 100s, and 1000s. So, anyway, basically, in her round, she pushes the button. This is going to set off the explosives, which are going to blow the door off its hinges, as well as whatever on Dooley and whatever on the flak jacket, which is going to become shrapnel.
Hmm.
So, here is, like I said, I'm being a nice GM, and I like bizarre situations like this. Is this a time for a GM fiat, or do I roll the damage?
Ty.
I mean, I'm the one with armor on, so like, I'll let you pick.
I don't
I'm
think
more likely to
armor's
survive
going to
this
help
than you
us.
are.
I mean, wasn't I wearing armor too?
Took it off.
Remember, you had to take it off because that's what was.
Oh, that's right. I took it off, the flak jacket.
Yep.
You know what? What the hell? Let's use it.
Okay.
I really like this character. And I don't think I can survive a,
I feel good about Ty's chances to survive anything, so...
Considering that the flak jacket only gives you a DR of 4, which basically means the first 4 points of damage are reduced, so anything more than that you take. And I don't know what kind of hit points you guys are rocking. Just for my head though, what is your current hit point total, Ty?
I didn't fill it out. I have no idea.
What? That's kind of important.
I don't know. I didn't expect Ty to ever actually get in a fight
Okay,
I mean,
Ty, what
kind of
for any
reasonable.
reason.
Yep. So Ty, you're just took traitor straight through, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and what's your constitution?
Is 11.
Okay, so you get to 0 modifier in your
Has
constitution.
your constitution changed since character generation?
Nope.
Okay, so considering that a traitor gets 5 hit points to start and 2 each additional level, so that's 2. You guys are 7th level, so that's 6 times 2 is 12 plus 5. That would be 17 points of damage you could take before you're considered either unconscious or dead.
Okay.
Julie, what's your hit point total?
So we have vitality and we have wounds.
Wound total, I think. Sorry, is that right? Let me double check. Wait,
I have
vitality?
never figured this out.
It says, vitality / wounds.
I'm looking at the hit. I'm just looking at lethal damage, non-lethal damage, and current hit points. So, all right. But yeah, what is your current hit points?
23.
Okay, so you're a little bit better. You're a little bit more likely to survive than Ty a direct explosion.
Okay. Yeah, I still say we should use it. Let's see what it is. No more waiting.
All right. Oh,
All
okay.
right, GM Fiat. So, as the plunger is pressed on the explosives, her hand freezes right as the thumb has gone down. Basically, now a dead man switch, essentially. The explosive covered door opens, and Milgram is standing there, slightly glowing. His eyes pitch black, all of it. You can see him holding his hand up, restraining the captain at full bore, just like holding on to him. Blood is seeping out his nose and his eyes and his ears. And he literally holds it still and says, "Everybody, get to the armory."
Okay.
And he doesn't seem affected by the morph gas at all. No mask, no nothing. He is wading through it. So, Dooley, you run for the armory.
Right.
Ty, I'm assuming you do the same.
Yeah, it seems like the safest choice.
Okay. Kali also does the same, but I'm going to give you a notice check for both Ty and Dooley.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
26.
Now I
Dooley.
roll.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
So Ty is, of course, closest to the armory and wastes no time rushing for that thing. Kali is quickly behind you. Kali is at least warrior enough or security enough to see Dooley coming and kind of waves you in as fast as possible for grabbing the heavy armory door and slamming it behind you. However, Dooley, on the way out, this is what you see as Milgram holds her. He says, "I'm sorry. I had to do it just as I have to do this." The door behind the captain opens up, and there are 5 people on the other side. And for a quick moment, you realize as their heads open up and the bugs pour out all over the captain.
No, thank you.
Holy
Hard
crap.
pass.
Mm-hmm.
So you realize very quickly what the bugs are doing to the captain. They're eating her.
Yeah.
That's
And
what bugs do.
Gross.
And the go ahead.
Gross.
Very gross.
Yep. And the second that enough muscle tissue has been removed, the hand relaxes and the trigger goes off.
Oh dear.
The whole cabin shakes with the explosion as the door is flung in all directions. Shatner, shrapnel everywhere. Boom! And even blows out the far door. The fact you're in the armory is what saves your bacon. It's sealed, it's hermetically sealed, it's armored. You literally put yourself in a bank vault to escape an explosion.
It's a panic room in the extreme.
Yes, considering you're also surrounded by weapons. But the whole boom goes off. It takes a moment or two of rumbling. The alarms go off because of fire and, of course, an explosion. But after the initial rumbling stops, Kali takes a moment, opens, checks the door, make sure, for checking for fire, and then opens it. The security office has been decimated.
Yeah.
Screens have been blown up. Computers are just sort of, in wreckage. The cell doors are open, and the other side of the cell, whatever was closed, since they do have a kind of a plexiglass sort of finish to them, there's little bits of metal stuck in the plexiglass. The door to the out is partially open, enough that you guys could probably grab it and push it open so you're not stuck here. You have evidence that Milgram was here, but he isn't anymore. He was definitely caught a lot of the brunt of that, as well as the captain. Captain and Milgram are both gone. Finito.
What about
people
bugs?
Give me a notice check. I can do that for you can do that for Ty as well. But,
You should see the bugs, so
okay.
Look for them.
Fair enough. There is one bug that's dead. A part of a finger is still sticking out of its mouth. Actually, it's more of a toe, but yeah, it also has on its back the seal of the Tau Marie Corporation. Not like it's been etched in, but more like it stole the patch off the captain and was wearing it. But it's dead. It's very dead. But there's only one dead bug in here.
Well, my plan worked.
Ty goes, thank God I saved you.
I grab
Welcome.
I grab one of the flap jackets that are in the armory. I'm gonna wrap up that bug.
Okay.
Mirgrat will want to see this.
Yes, I will.
Kali says, do what you got to do. I have a lot of cleaning up and paperwork ahead of me.
Oh, look at the time.
The magic word.
She actually does kind of say, understood. Though she kind of holds out her hand. You're returning the pistol now.
Really? After all, really? As dangerous as this has become, you want me to return the pistol?
Give me a diplomacy check.
Okay, I haven't had to use that in a while. And I'm willing to bet the dice will still hate me, so this should be interesting. Oh, maybe not.
You know what? I'm not even going to contest that. 25, you give a rousing speech of how dangerous this has been and as a security personnel, how much you need to do this to defend you and defend everybody else on the ship. And you even say, and by the book of Shaquan, I swear I will use this for what is needed and to make sure less of this chaos continues. And she's kind of impressed and says, of course. And she kind of holds up her pocket copy of the book of Shaquan and the book of Jakar, and just says, she puts her hands on it, says, very well. Sister, we'll do this. She gives you back her gun. Make sure you have a badge for your, this old security badge, which you kind of did anyway, but she makes sure you're set and ready. you're a crew member. One way or the other, you're a crew member. You're technically under security. She technically outranks you, but you're still the Secret Service person. You're as close to a local ranger than the Rangers are in a lot of ways. So, but yes, you wrap up the bug and take it off to Mirgrat. She does say, whatever findings you have, make sure you share it with the rest of us.
Of course.
and then she turns to Ty. Ty Noreen Spears, welcome aboard. Welcome to the crew.
I'm getting paid for this, right? To reiterate.
By the way, I hate to say it, but that line is perfect for the just before the commercial break, as you get this sign, salutes, welcome aboard. And there's Ty going, I get paid for this, right? Suddenly Julie's arm reaches out, grabs you, and pulls you out of the door as the door closes. So, by the way, back to Mirgrat, since you haven't had a lot to do so far this episode, I want to make sure that you're also included.
I feel like I've gotten a lot of screen time just on, commentary, but fair.
Fair enough. Basically, you also feel the explosion. Everybody does, because again, it's an explosion in a space station. If there's a bomb that goes off on a boat, no matter how small and how large, you're gonna feel it. And when the second the rumbling hits, Tuvo just eyes open. He sits right up, almost like on a spring, just boom, right up. His eyes are really wide, and he's breathing heavily.
I want to find out what's going on with him.
He looks over. Did you feel that?
I suspect I did not feel it as strongly as you.
No. He kind of shakes his head. No, I'm sorry. I kind of know stuff now. I don't know entirely why, but I know stuff now.
This is fascinating. Would you like to share your knowledge?
I know where the model maker is. I know more about the Dreamwalker and how dangerous it is. And I know that there's other races besides the three that we've seen that have been let loose on the galaxy. And I hear singing. I hear a lot of singing.
Please describe the singing.
It's like a chorus, I guess, and it's soothing and welcoming. It's like the hallway music you want to hear when entering the Great Vault and the bank. To know that whatever credit you wish to propose is going to be given, but at the same time, it's given because you've done well this whole time. I don't know if it makes any sense to you, but that's how it feels to me. And it's a song of loneliness and isolation and of belonging, but not. Does that make any sense to you? I don't know.
Mirgrat is going to do something that pak'ma'ra very rarely do for outsiders and start singing.
Ooh. I normally would give a perform check on this one, but I'm just going to run with it because it's fucking pak'ma'ra and they're amazing.
They are.
So you set the boy down. He kind of this, and you can kind of sit down and you take the traditional posture, which is good for singing, which is again not quite cross-legged, but close enough. And then you start to beautifully emote the song, which again, if you had other pak'ma'ra around, would be, oh my god, heavenly.
Yes.
But it's just you, but it's still incredibly soothing, incredibly beautiful. And when you finish your song, and he's much more quiet, he's much more relaxed, he's kind of a little in awe. He said, that was kind of like that, except more so. Does that make sense?
Yes! Yes, it does!
Mhm.
And, Mirgarat is going, to give Tuvo a hug.
Okay.
Because, Mirgarat is really glad that Tuvo's brain is no longer leaking out of his ears.
Mm-hmm.
And two, Mirgarat suspects that Tuvo just heard a full pak'ma'ra chorus for the first time, completely alone.
It is his first time he's ever heard essentially a pak'ma'ra, but not a chorus. He heard you. He has never heard a pak'ma'ra.
No. But Mirgarat is assuming that the singing that he heard while he was under was a full pak'ma'ra chorus, because, like, Mirgarat was singing alone, but truly, for the full effect, you have to have all of the pak'ma'ra singing in concert, because the strength of the pak'ma'ra is that they are all different but all the same.
Mm-hmm.
And so if Tuvo says the singing was like what Mirgarat was doing, but more so, Mirgarat is assuming that Tuvo heard a full pak'ma'ra chorus. And so, I'm assuming that with as with many slightly mind-altering religious experiences, the way that it affects you is heavily dependent on context, such that, like, for instance, people who are just randos doing ayahuasca because they want to get high generally have a shitty time, because it's not actually a very fun drug. It's something that's used to achieve a transcendent state as part of a deeply held religious ritual. And so if you just spend, 15 hours puking your brains out, it's gonna feel real bad. And in that way, the full pak'ma'ra chorus, if you are just hearing it by yourself without context, it can feel incredibly lonely and isolating, because it is a song of everything, and that encompasses the feeling of isolation. And so Mirgarat is going to give Tuvo a hug, because aside from being glad that he is still alive, they also want to reassure him that he is not alone in the universe.
Nice. Okay. Honestly, he when you hug him, he just kind of grips onto you and hugs you and starts crying a little bit, because out of shock and awe. And yeah, he's basically having something of a religious experience, as far as you can tell. I know we're almost at 5:30, and I know we're about ready to call it a day. But as always, I want to leave with a good cliffhanger. Besides the fact you haven't gotten the bug yet, I think this is a good place to do this. So as you hug Tuvo, and you hear the activity of the brains as they try to also understand the music that you just did, because it's not just you sang for him, you sang for everybody who could hear you.
Yes. And like, while Mirgarat is like arm hugging Tuvo, Mirgarat is also going to go out and give a little brain hug to the brains.
Perfect. I need a telepathy check.
Yeah.
And I hope for a good one here.
23.
I'll run with that. Okay. So you give out a little brain hug to the brains. Again, it's mostly just the sensation of a feeling of a hug, because again, we're all just tapioca in jars hallucinating the experiences.
Yeah, but you know when you see a picture of a bunny and it gives you a brain hug?
Yeah. But
Yeah,
in this
that's
case,
what
you guys
Mirgarat
can project. But you can project the feeling of comfort that one gets from being hugged by somebody who cares about them.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. But in this case, as you kind of project that out, you also kind of project a little bit of the song that you gave, just as a mild kind of reminder of this and an association, because this is also how you associate that same feeling of connectedness to the song.
Yes. I am trying to give them a way to transform an experience that can be incredibly isolating into an experience of unity, which I think is especially important for the brains, because they have so little sensory input that like all they have is each other.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it's very important that they're able to experience that kind of feeling of connectiveness.
So give me a quick notice check. I know notice is a pretty good one for you.
Okay. Oh, no, it's not.
Oh, okay. Let's give it anyway.
You are thinking of another Mirgarat, sir, but that's a 20, so
I rolled a 20, so I'll work with this. So as a beautiful end line right before the credits roll, as you sing a little bit, you know, mentally singing out and making sure all those brains and Tuvo feel the comfort and warmness of the song, you take a moment to pause in between what might be considered breaths, and you hear the song sung back by something who knows the song better than you do.
I did not sign up for a pak'ma'ra elder god today.
That is where we end things today.
See, that's better than what I thought my ending would be, which would be sailing through the door saying, Mirgrat, I brought you a bug!
Listen, I'm just glad our ending didn't involve chunky salsa.
Yes! Okay, as I've been saying, I've been running with you guys through these characters for 25 games. Believe it or not, almost a full year. Almost full half year, I should say. Excuse me, I don't know my math very well. But I do not like killing characters because what is the point in a death unless it's warranted? Particularly, and again, with player characters, dead people learn nothing. So I much prefer, unless the death is both warranted, dramatically effective, or the choice of the player, I would prefer to put them in situations of danger rather than killing them outright. And again, if everything gone wrong and you guys decided not to take the GM fiat, you guys would have been in danger, definitely. I may not have killed you flat out. I would have left the opening for you in case you wanted to trade characters or anything like that. But I'm more interested in the drama. I like the danger. Now again, if everything goes really bad with every roll, then in that case, the gods have spoken.
Yeah.
But in this particular case, it actually worked into an interesting advantage where, yeah, the sacrifice was Milgram is gone. Anybody who had any knowledge of the area, of why they're there, of some of the Vorlon stuff is gone. He's Kali again.
I mean, on the other hand, we don't have to deal with Milgram anymore, so like I would say that's a net neutral.
Yeah, the captain is dead. Ty's plan worked.
Oh,
there you go.
Net
Super well, actually.
Yep.
So, but again, that's one less thing off your plate, one thing you have to worry about. And yes, Milgram isn't there, but the resource is gone. But as I imagine you guys have figured out, why did Tuvo have the bloody nose?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, if this is Milgram's fault, Mirgarat's gonna kick his ass beyond the grave.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what happened to Tuvo right at the beginning? He was getting a download from somewhere.
From the aliens in the past.
Obviously, Milgram.
From Milgram. Because, and again, this is something you guys don't know as players, as characters, but I know as, I'll let you guys in on it. Milgram was a 14th level character. He was a Mimbari. He was a Vorlon agent, but he had two roles as an agent. One was as a carrier, basically what Alita Alexander did. The other one was as a lore keeper. But that lore keeper, he only knew a little bit. He knew a ton of what was going on behind the scenes. So a lot of that is gone, but some of that got put into Tuvo and the brains in little bits and pieces, in the same way that Mirgrat got info of the bugs that if you try to access it, may or may not cause damage. So,
yeah, but he was such an asshole about everything.
But hey, he's not your problem anymore, and trust me, I've got a couple other cameos coming in soon. Suffice it to say, I almost brought in 2 people, but I decided to wait on that just yet. Let's just say this, that there may be more combat coming in, but because of that, there may be more guest appearances, and I think you'll like them once we get to those points.
Okay.
But
Heyo.
I will also say this: the song you heard, you have a direction for. It's down there on the planet.
Oh dear.
So the question is, do we go towards it, or do we run screaming in the opposite direction? Because I feel both of those approaches are valid.
Yes, of course. Run towards the danger. Where else are you going to find good drama like that? This is why you have to stay with us and listen to more good drama-filled stories of the Tau Maria Celestia on Odyssey, a Babylon 5 story. Now, if you wouldn't happen to know how to change my chronometer and to get it to the right time. No, not that button. No. So why is it flashing now? Why is everything around here flashing 12?
And that's where we're in for this week. I want to thank everyone for joining us and hope that you continue to join us every 2 weeks for another episode of Odyssey. If you have any questions, comments, constructive criticisms, or just want to say hi, then you can find us at temporalplaygrounds.com/Odyssey, or email us at temporalplaygrounds@gmail.com, or find us on Facebook, Odyssey, a Babylon 5 RPG podcast, or Reddit, r/OdysseyB5. Babylon 5 was created by J. Michael Straczynski and is owned by Warner Brothers Domestic Media. The Babylon 5 role-playing game was produced by Mongoose Publishing utilizing the OGL gaming license for D20. Our audio engineer is Gabriel Belden. Our theme music, Titan Striker, was composed by Evan King. Incidental music provided by Tabletop Audio at tabletopaudio.com. All other music provided by Creative Commons license and is available of information on our website. Once again, I am Daniel, and I thank you for joining us on this grand adventure. Good night, and keep dreaming.